Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for another week of story time. I'm Mr. Garrett, and we'll get started with our weather forecast. So you can get your weather felt pieces ready, and we'll do the weather. So Thursday morning this week, the forecast is supposed to be kind of rainy. So it's daytime, so we still need our sun. So find the sun, put it up in the blue sky. But probably won't see any blue sky because when we have rain, we have clouds. So put gray clouds, white clouds, whatever you have in your bag. Block out the sun and the blue sky. And if you have your little raindrops, you can put those down there too. And the rain is going to give a nice drink to our tree and all the plants and grass and everything. So you can put the tree there. And we're at the end of the summer, so we still have plenty of leaves. But we're getting close to the fall, so we're going to start to notice maybe some colors changing. Probably not right away, but maybe in a few weeks we might start to notice things. It's September now, so when you get into September and October, you start to see some of the leaves change. So we'll keep checking our tree and see how that's doing. All right, so look outside the window and see if our forecast came true and if it's raining. And as the weather changes throughout the day and tomorrow, you can move your pieces around. All right, now we're gonna do our story. All right, so the story for this week is called Lost and Found by Oliver Jeffers. So we have a couple characters on the cover here. We have, looks like a boy and someone else who's not a human. Penguin, yeah. And they're in this upside down umbrella, it looks like, kind of floating out in what looks like the ocean. Any other clues? Any other things you see in the picture? Ooh, I see something in the background here. It looks like iceberg, maybe? So maybe we're in a really cold place. So let's see what's going on here. Ooh, and another clue. We have a suitcase. I wonder what that's about. Special thank you to Philomel Books for letting us read the book today. Alright, ready? Once there was a boy who found a penguin at his door. Oh, so you open the door and there's the penguin. Can you imagine opening your door and just seeing a penguin out there? The boy didn't know where it had come from, but it began to follow him everywhere. They're going this way and this way. The penguin wants to hang out with him. The penguin looks sad, and the boy thought it must be lost. That's a good guess. He's not where he normally is, and so maybe he wants to get back. So the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. He checked in the Lost and Found office, but no one was missing a penguin. He asked some birds if they knew where the penguin came from, but they ignored him. Some birds are like that. Yeah, so they're like just doing their own bird thing. It's a good idea though. A penguin is a type of bird, so maybe the other birds would know. The boy asked his duck, ooh, another kind of bird, plastic bird, but the duck floated away. He didn't know either. That night, the boy couldn't sleep for disappointment. He wanted to help the penguin, but he wasn't sure how. Yeah, so he asked a bunch of people for help, but he has to think of a plan now. The next morning, he discovered that penguins come from the South Pole. Ooh, have you heard of the South Pole before? You know which continent that is? Antarctica. Yeah, it's so not the North Pole, the other side of the world. And it's also very cold there. But how could he get there? How could he get to the South Pole? What are some ways that you could travel there? It's really far away. You can't really, and it's across an ocean. You can't really drive there. Maybe a plane? I don't think they have an airport there though. Maybe a boat. I think that might be what he's doing. He ran down to the harbor, where all the boats are, and asked the big ship to take them to the South Pole. But his voice was much too small to be heard over the ship's horn. It sounds like that this boat is really huge. Can you see way down here how small he is? And then how huge the boat is? Can imagine that horn is very loud. Together, the boy decided he and the penguin would row to the South Pole. Whoa, in a rowboat. That's going to take a while. So the boy took his rowboat out and tested it for size and strength. He told stories to the penguin to help pass the time. And then they packed everything they would need. Oh, look. Our suitcase that we saw at the beginning. So So that's what they're using it for. They're going on their trip. And push the rowboat out to sea. There they go. Do you think this is going to go well? Think they're going to make it? No, I think they're going to probably get a little tired, though. Let's see. They rowed south for many days. Oh, look, they're down here. Going over the waves in the ocean. And many nights. Oh, see? So it's daytime over here, and then it became nighttime. It is taking a while for their trip. There was lots of time for stories, and the penguin listened to every one. So the boy would always tell another. Oh, so they're bonding. Good storytelling. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Storm. They floated through good weather and bad, when the waves were as big as mountains. Wow, kind of looks like a mountain, doesn't it? It's that tall. Yeah, the ocean can be a very dangerous place during storms. Until finally, they came to the South Pole. Oh, I'm glad they're safe. The boy was delighted. He was really happy. But the penguin said nothing. Suddenly, it looked sad again as the boy helped it out of the boat. The penguin's not too happy. Then the boy said goodbye and floated away. When he looked back, the penguin was still there, but it looked sadder than ever. Look, why do you think the penguin's so sad? You think he's gonna miss the boy? Maybe. Let's see. It felt strange for the boy to be on his own. There was no point telling stories now because there was no one to listen, except the wind and the waves. Instead, he just thought. And the more he thought, the more he realized that he had made a big mistake. The penguin hadn't been lost. It had just been lonely. Let's go back for the penguin, you see? Look. Quickly, he turned the boat around and rowed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. Here he goes. Oh, but who's coming the other way? The penguin. And I don't know, are they going to see each other? Big iceberg in the way. At last, he reached the pole again. But where was the penguin? The boy searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. Oh, he's even using a telescope here. Sadly, the boy set off for home. But then, the boy saw something in the water ahead of him. Closer and closer he got until he could see... what do you think that's going to be? It's going to be a penguin. See? Yeah, the penguin. Oh, there's our umbrella that we saw on the cover. So he's using it as a boat. Oh, they gave each other a hug. And so the boy and his friend went home together, talking of wonderful things all the way. Oh, so back to telling stories. And who else is listening to the stories? Can you tell? I think those might be whales. They're huge compared to the boat. I think the whales are listening to the stories too. The end. Nice. Ooh, we even have the boat that we saw in the back. The end. Alright, so if you have your little craft activity packet, you can take that out now. We'll do a little activity together. If you don't have one of these, you can get a piece of paper and some crayons, and we'll do the picture together. So in your packet this week, you'll see that you have a big piece of blue paper and this shape. So I figured this could be the ocean. And what does this look like from the story? What does this remind you of? Let's figure it this way. It's kind of like the umbrella, right? So remember when they use the umbrella at the end as and on the cover as the boat? So I figured we could make a picture with a picture of yourself and the penguin having a conversation. Because remember the boy and the penguin were having conversations and telling stories while they're on the ocean? So I figured we could make a picture like that. So first, we can decorate our umbrella before we add our characters. I think in the story it was yellow with some blue, red stripes, but you can make whatever design you want. I'm going to do some red stripes, but if you want to do some polka dots or something else, feel free to make your own design. I'm just going to color this in here. I'm going to make a little pattern. So red, yellow, another red stripe right here, and yellow. Cool. So normally an umbrella would be like that, but we're going to do the upside down one to make it look like a boat. So I have my glue stick here. So if you have your glue stick, you can glue it down. If you don't, you can use tape, or you can even just place it on the paper and draw around it. Alright, so now, add one more detail before I add the characters. I'm gonna do the handle. So it's kind of like an upside down J, kind of like that. Alright, that looks good. And then I'm gonna add a couple waves, just to show that we're in the ocean. Just like that. Alright, so first I'm gonna draw a little character here. So this is going to be me. So I'm just going to make my little glasses. Like that. And you can draw it yourself, or you can draw a character that you made up. I'll draw my ears, the nose, mouth. Like that. And then I just have to do my hair. There we go. So that's me. And then I have to draw the penguin on the other side. So I'm just gonna do like a little oval, and then see, let's do a little beak because they're a bird, and do little eyes, and then I'm gonna just put the outside to make it look like it's black feathers on the outside, and then the middle can be white. I don't know if I have my white crayon right now, so maybe I'll just leave it like that. So there's my penguin, and now I have all this space up here, and I figured we could first make a little word bubble, like that, and now we have all this space to write a story. So think about what story you would tell the penguin if you were spending a lot of time on the ocean on a trip with the penguin. And then you can use a crayon or a pencil. If you use a pencil, you might have a little more room. And write a little story right up here. And if you finish your story, you can I'd love to hear it. You can stop by the library and read the story to me. So I hope you enjoyed the activity. So next week we'll be back at the same time, 10:30 on Thursday on our YouTube channel. We'll have another book for next week, so you can stop by the library starting today to get a packet of materials for the craft next week. And stop by the library and get some books and say hi. And you can check out different fun things that we have going on during the month of September. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I hope you get some fresh air and have some fun. And I'll see everyone really soon. Take care, everyone.